Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the top stocks that I'm going to be watching for the month of May that offer swing trade potential. So what that means is I'm not going to necessarily be day trading them. At least that's not the original plan. But again, plans when it comes down to a swing trade always can change because it's not always going to go according to plan. So one of the things that I'm going to talk about is not only share and explain on the technical aspect, like why and where it is that I see value in these. But I'm also going to show you like my ticker call out format and then how I formulated this entire kind of like idea of why I see value in them. Before we get started, first of all, I really hope that I earned your thumbs up in this video. If you guys aren't subscribed, we'd greatly appreciate it. The second link in the description is our free Facebook group, making us the largest one out there on Facebook with over 203,000 members all across the world. One of the things that I want to show you is I'm going to start sharing my screen. This is the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform for all those that are going to be asking. This is the platform that I use. This is not the platform that you have to use, so please make sure that you understand that. One thing that I want to point out is that just for those that don't even want to tune in for the entire video, this is pretty much what I'm going to be talking about. Google, TGT, which is target, and then CWT. So this is my ticker call out format. This is the breakdown, and this is exactly where I plan to enter, where to exit, where to cut my losses if there's a break-if pattern. And this is my overall formulated plan. This is something that we always encourage our new members of Learn, Plan, Profit and TechBot Solutions to formulate, to make sure that you have a plan for success. So when you're put in that position of, you're actually trading it, you can refer back to your actual plan, which when you made that plan, hopefully it wasn't in an emotional state. As you guys know, because whatever it is that you are trading can always drive some form of emotion depending on how much it's going up or how much it's going down. This at least allows you to refer back to a state where you weren't, in a sense, emotionally inclined to maybe hold something longer than you probably should. And again, sticking to your plan is very important. So again, in no way are these any stock suggestions. You should never trade based off anybody else's opinion. And I hope that you guys understand that. I'm going to have much more detailed, these are kind of just swing trades. I have much more detailed kind of just overall ETFs, futures, and a couple different stocks that I'm going to be sharing along the week with the Learn, Plan, Profit group. So if you're a part of that group, great. I'm going to be posting that in the group alerts, just like I posted these 3 stocks as well. So if you guys want to check that out, that's going to be that first link in the description. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one that I'm going to be talking about is CWT. So one of the things that I like about CWT is on the 180-day 4-hour chart, as you guys can see right here, one of the things that I find super effective about CWT is that it's an ascending uptrend pattern, meaning that it continues to make higher highs and higher lows. One of the biggest struggles, and just like this video is titled, this is a for beginner video. And the reason that I think that it's so effective to trade quality patterns is, this thing has a trend to continue to make higher highs. So the overall direction of CWT from a couple months ago to where it's at right now is increasing, right? It's increasing in price. Yet so many new traders focus on lower cap stocks, penny stocks, and continuous downtrend patterns. I'm not here to tell you what to trade or what not to trade. I'm just saying that it's a lot more difficult when a new trader bag holds, meaning that they hold a position longer than they should because it doesn't play out according to plan. And when it comes down to at least having the overall direction of what it is that you are trading in your favor, it makes it that much easier. It doesn't mean that it's going to be successful. It just makes it that much easier for you to be able to sell for a profit because the overall direction of what it is that you are trading is in your favor. Now the biggest focus that I have is making sure that we get in for a good deal and making sure that we wait for the overall confirmation. There's 3 stages of a reversal. We've talked about this multiple times. There's the overall rejection, consolidation, and confirmation. And we've talked about this during our Sunday Stock Talk. Right now, this is something that I'm watching. It's not something that I'm going to trade because it's not showing signs of an uptrend pattern. And what does that look like? Well, look at previous patterns. This thing sold off, it's consolidating right around the SMA line, which it's done before, but now what do we need it to do? Now we need it to make higher highs and break this little horizontal pattern that it has going on right around this general area. Do you guys see this? Where right now it's kind of just consolidating. It's not selling off, it's not pushing up, it's kind of just flatlining, and that's great, but my money is not going to grow that way. It might if you have enough capital and you can day trade it and scalp it, but if you're under the PDT rule, if you don't have that much money and you don't have that much experience, then it probably is not going to be worth your time. So what can you do? Set your series of alerts, add this to a watch list which you can follow up with. on a weekly, every other day basis, on a daily basis. Just depends on how in tune you are with this with the market. But as you guys can see, I have a series of different alerts. What I would like to do is, based on my plan, right here from an entry point of 1210, oh sorry, wrong one, entry point of 50.75, exit right around 53.50, and stop loss right around 50. So this offers about a 6% margin of profit with a 1% margin of loss, so a 6-to-1 ratio, which again isn't too bad. So based off of where it's at right now to the overall resistance, and we can go again, why did I come up with this as the resistance? Well, based off previous highs before it began to sell off, this is where it peaked out at, and based off previous patterns, it tends to continue to uptrend. So I don't plan to sell it at a higher price point. I'm going to try to sell it at a close to or near to area where it consolidated at. So not even at 55, but right around $54. So based off where it's at right now, it's around $54. Well, that's actually 8%, but obviously I don't plan on entering right now. It'll be right around like 50, 70, 50, 75, where it breaks and actually begins to make higher highs, and I can slowly begin to add more to my position size. Do you guys know what averaging up is? If you're part of Learn Plan Profit, I'm sure you guys know. And again, that's where the 6% margin for potential profit comes. The margin for potential loss, again, if I get in around this general area and then cut losses right around 50, it'd be around 1.5, maybe 2% margin of loss, depending on how aggressive you go. But again, this is why it's so important. You don't have to go all in. Let's say your account value is $1,000. When it confirms an uptrend, you don't have to dump your $1,000 into CWT. Confirmation is key, and the more comfortable you feel, the better. And just because it confirms one day above the EMA line, or it confirms one day of it making higher highs, doesn't mean that it's going to continue to uptrend. So what can you do? You can slowly begin to add more to your position size and split it into, three entries, right? Especially if you're using Robinhood, it doesn't cost you any commission. If you are, if you're using like TD Ameritrade, I got reduced commission down to $3 from the initial $6.95, right? But the whole thing is to feel comfortable as you're, trading this specific stock. And you can slowly begin to add more to your position size if and only if it confirms an uptrend. So like, let's say you have $1,000, you split it up into, 3 parts, so 3 entries, right? So in the first entry, when it makes higher highs, you're going to go in with $333.33, right? Or buy as many shares as you can with that dollar amount. And then let's say all of a sudden it begins to sell off and it breaks its pattern. Yes, you lost 1.5%, but 1.5% of $333, not of your $1,000. So that's how you can accommodate and manage your risk. It's something that we've covered in the course before. And if it continues to uptrend, then guess what? Then you can begin to add more to your position size. Why? Because the direction is in your favor and it's confirming that uptrend. If you want to grow your account, then you want to trade patterns that are showing signs of growth. It makes sense, right? So now let's go ahead and move on to CWT. I explained myself enough on this one. Again, confirmation is key. It's not confirming an uptrend just yet. This is simply something that I'm watching as of right now. The one that I want to follow up with is TGT, which is Target. After the release of Amazon, right, and their one-day shipping that they're going to plan on working on, what's it called? Walmart did a beautiful job, recovering almost immediately. Walmart, I think, in my opinion, is a much larger corporation, right? So it sold off. There's news that Amazon, which, the huge online corporation, was going to announce that it's going to now begin to offer one-day shipping instead of its 2-day shipping to Prime members. Pretty impressive. This was not good news for its competitor, Walmart and Target. Target sold off, but again, just like we know, if the news doesn't last for a very long period of time, so this negative catalyst that drove the price down, which increased the amount of panic sellers, right? If you don't think that's detrimental to the company and it confirms an uptrend or an overall reversal, again, based off of overall patterns, it was showing signs of an uptrend. Based off of previous highs, you can put it at $82 or $84. Let's do at an average of around 83, right? So let's call that to be like a decent resistance, to where it can actually begin to trade above the overall EMA line, which should be right on like $79. The margin of profit should be around 4 to 5%, depending on how aggressive you are with your entry and how aggressive you are with being able to sell that position at a conservative resistance. As of right now, it's still downtrend. It's still downtrending. It's still below the overall EMA line. So Yes, it's at the SMA line. It has not confirmed an uptrend whatsoever. So this is still something that I'm simply just watching. But you guys can see my alert here. I'll set another alert when it begins to make higher highs. So maybe when it breaks above $79. And as it continues to uptrend, then it would make sense. Okay, this thing is beginning to recover. The news of Amazon is becoming less relevant, so it's less detrimental to the overall company. And more people are beginning to see value in Target again. And then that's when slowly the price will begin to recover. Again, it doesn't mean that it has to happen. It just means that it simply can. The margin of profit for this one, just ask yourself, how much did you grow your account last month? If you're someone that's just getting started, let's say that this thing takes 1 month to fully recover. You're like, 5%. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking this way. I want to ask you guys. I know a lot of you guys might be thinking this way. Well, I only grew my account, or this only offers a 5% or 6% margin of profit. Why do I want to, trade this? Put it this way. If it can, I'm not encouraging you to trade this whatsoever, but I'm just the premise and the principle. If this thing does begin to confirm an uptrend and it does recover back to that price point, right? You trying to day trade every single day or use the 3-day trades under the PDT rule and just draining your account, ask yourself, last month or in the past 30 days, have you grown your account? If not, why? Is it because you're aggressively approaching these lower cap stocks, trying to day trade too aggressively, and you're just kind of getting ahead of yourself, right? Why not slow things down? Wait for a confirmation, wait for a quality company in which you can actually grow your account and actually learn and understand what is it that you are doing. Like, you need to learn how to walk before you can run, right? And I think, I'm not saying Target, but I'm saying these more reputable companies with these more consistent patterns, when they offer a good dip buy opportunity, it makes more sense in my eyes for them to be viewed as better quality entries for a good deal, to be able to sell it for a profit instead of trying to go for all these aggressive, just because you see me day trading, right? So today, for those that were able to see, how much it is that I made, $2,772.11. I lost a little bit on my last position. I was up over $3,000 on the day, but just because I make that much and I day trade a little bit more aggressively, doesn't mean that you can. Do you guys get that though? Like, you need to be able to get to that point where you can take advantage of those opportunities, right? When it comes down to you trying to buy and sell maybe your first house, are you going to try to compete with people that are buying 5 to 10 houses a month? I mean, you can try, but you need to gain that experience. You need to gain that knowledge. You need to understand what is it you're doing first before you can scale up. Same thing when it comes down to your trades. Don't get ahead of yourself. I would really encourage you, and not Target, again, I'm not talking about Target, but we have so many people when they're just getting started that just throw themselves at aggressive and volatile stocks. Some of you guys get lucky, but it doesn't last for a very long period of time. Why not actually understand what is it you're doing and comfortably and consistently grow your account? That's the goal, to become a self-sufficient trader that can consistently grow their account and understand what it is that they're doing, and that they don't need to rely on anybody else. So that was my little rant for this video. And now the last one that I'm going to be talking about is Google. And I want to give a huge shout out to our Learn Plan Profit member that called this one out and brought this one to my attention. Huge sell-off, right? Nice little uptrend, continues to make higher highs. Overall SMA line showing signs of an uptrend. Look at the RSI, look at the MACD. It's not indicating any signs of a reversal just yet. But the margin for recovery based off previous highs, right? Based off previous highs to where it's at. I know this is probably out of the price range for some of you. It's $1,000. It's trading at around almost $1,200 right now. But it offers a 6% margin for recovery. Not bad. Overall uptrend, reputable company, Alphabet. If you guys don't know what that is, search it up. And by search it up, I mean Google it. And then by Google, I mean that's Google, right? But overall, RSI, MACD, everything looks really good. Now we just need to wait for the confirmation and the higher highs. And again, not going all in, but feeling comfortable and slowly adding more to our position size when it makes sense and when we feel that it's showing and indicating signs of an uptrend. Again, if you want to grow your account, then trade and invest in patterns that are showing signs of growth. That's simple. Focusing on a good deal, focusing on confirmation, and that the overall direction is in your favor. I think when it comes down to trading, I mean, day trading is a little bit different just because of, there's a lot of different factors and managing risk and stuff like that. But when it comes down to a lot of these quality companies, when they have aggressive sell-offs, in a sense to offer a good dip buy opportunity for those that aren't day trading every single day, that maybe have a full-time job, a full-time career, and just maybe want to make an extra couple $100 or a couple extra $1,000 a year, then great. Don't overcomplicate it. Good deal, confirmation, and make sure that the direction is in your favor. But again, you need to practice, and practice makes perfect, but unfortunately, that takes time. So again, don't get ahead of yourself. So I really hope that I earned your thumbs up in this video. I'm really excited to be sharing the series of different stocks that I'm going to be watching. Just like you said right now, there's a lot of people calling out Tesla. There's a lot of people calling out a bunch of different stocks that are showing signs of potential uptrend, but the overall direction of that stock is not uptrending. I just wanted to make a more beginner-friendly video that the direction is in your favor, that the margin of profit is realistic. That's not anything like 10% plus or 20% plus. It's 3 to 6%, and it's not bad. I felt like we kept it pretty simple. Let me know in the comment sections what you guys think, and I'm really looking forward to this week. In the past 2 days, I've cleared a little bit under $10,000 profit. I'm trading with a lot more money right now. I don't know why. I've been feeling a lot more comfortable. I'm probably going to have a pretty big loss soon if I continue to trade like this. But you guys know that I like to change things up. It's not something that I'm going to do for a very long period of time. But I'm really looking forward to the next couple of days and working a little bit closer with the Learn Plan Profit group. And of course, the Tech Solutions group, you guys are more than welcome to join that free group. So really do appreciate you guys' time. I'm going to be working on a couple of the videos for the Learn Plan Profit update. I will let you guys know as time goes on when that's going to be fully done. But yeah, I'm really excited for all the different things that we have going on with our communities, and I just can't thank you guys enough for the time that you guys dedicate to spending and hearing me out and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you guys again. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. I do want to let you guys know, for all of our beginner traders, if you guys want to be able to watch me day trade live every single day, you guys heard me talk about them, the Learn Plan Profit group, and want to work with me on a closer basis. I don't offer any signals. I don't offer any other assistance. It's the only assistance that I offer is the Learn Plan Profit group. If you want to learn more about that, click that first link in the description. It talks to you about what's included, what you experience. It shows you a recap of one of our live trading sessions, so you can see how it's like to watch me buy and sell stocks, and then what's the Discord chat to work with me on a closer basis. There's no surprises, no secrets. It's if you like my style of trading, the way that I explain things, then I think that you will enjoy the Learn Plan Profit group. If you don't like my videos, then you probably won't want to be a part of my team, and you probably don't want to watch me trade live every single day, because that's what we do. But I wanted to offer you guys a $30 off coupon, and it's going to be promo code BEGINNER. So yeah, just make sure that you type that out at checkout, and that will save you $30 off the Learn Plan Profit course. So if you guys have any questions, comment them down below. Hope I earned your thumbs up. Let's kill it this week. Let's keep it simple, confirmation, making sure that the overall direction is in our favor, and making sure that the margin of profit is worth it. Appreciate you guys' time like always. Let's make sure that we win the year on your green now. Take it easy, team.